So we are in Fresno, California. We're getting ready to replace this existing Norritz unit with a Rinnai. It's the V65E. We haven't opened up the package yet, but anyways, we did want to document the shut-off valves. You can see, maybe you can't see because we're filming against sunshine, but you've got weeping. So on these valves, you can see my finger, that's water. So it's coming from somewhere up in here. And you know, maybe the union, maybe the point of connection, don't know, but I can see water all the way up top on the nut. This union is corroded, and you've got water on the pipe here. You can see that's moisture, and I'll show you that. You wipe your finger on it and you can see water. So it's leaking, and you know, we asked the homeowner if they'd like to reuse these. They said yes. So we'll put them back in place. They're leaking, but there's you know, nothing we can do about that. They're not a valve. So anyways, we'll take another video when we're done. So we're still here in Fresno, California. We just finished installing our Rinnai V65E. So this is their introductory model, the value series, and that just simply means it doesn't come with isolation valves and all the recirculating pump, things like that. So it's installed. This is straight out of Lowe's. This was purchased by the homeowner, so we don't warrant the product. Any trouble with this guy, and you know, you'll have to get with Rinnai and or Lowe's and see what they'd like to do, you know, as far as warranty goes. But what we warrant is our installation. So that's existing gas valve, not ours. Existing gas supply line, the yellow corrugated, that's not ours either. And then of course the adapter that goes up and ties in. None of this is ours. That's existing to the home, including the rusted 90. That'll last for years and years. It's black pipe. When they use it outside, it gets wet and it rusts, so no big deal there. This pigtail coming down from the switch is existing. All we did is tied it back into the new unit right here and got it connected to the power. And then of course this thermostat wire coming out, it was tied into the old unit. We went ahead and got a little electrical adapter there. It's a restraint is what it is. It keeps the wire from pulling in and out. So got that mounted, got it tied back in for the controller. We did mount the controller upstairs in the laundry room next to the Norritz controller, so you won't get the two confused. One is labeled Rinnai, one is labeled Norritz, so that's good. Over here on this side, we reused the old relief line, which has already had the copper adapter soldered onto it, and then dumped down. Anywhere from 6 to 24 above finished grade is code, so you're at about 20 inches high, which is good. We did give you an upgrade here. We talked to you earlier this morning about the isolation valve kit that was on the Norritz, and it was hammered. It was in really bad shape. So, you know, we said we'd put it back on and just reuse it, but that's really not the way that we do business. And you know, we're gonna this one's gonna be a gift to you. These are 75 bucks out of Amazon. You can buy them online pretty much anywhere, but we spend anywhere 75-80 bucks for these isolation valve kits. And so you know, we do take tips. You want to send us something later on or pay it forward, whatever, totally up to you. But right now there is no charge for those two items. It's not part of the contract, but it's new, so that's good. So brand new union on the hot side, brand new union back here on the cold side, and then you can see the isolation part. You got the blue valve here, the red valve here, hot and cold, and then the shutoff valves. We had to reconfigure this a little bit differently. The reason being is if you come back and get yourself a cover that works with the V65, and of course that's the cover from the Norritz, it's not compatible with the Rinnai. Rinnai has its own mounting brackets, its own system, so they do make a cover for it, but it's not here, so it's not assembled. So we did spin this around the event. You go to put a cover on. Normally these valves, the yellow valves, yellow handled valves, they're going to be pointing straight out to the side here. But it would push the relief valve all the way out here, and there'd be a conflict with the pipe cover. And so we spun it around. It's a little hard to get back and shut the cold water off. You can see back in there, but I get it turned on and off just fine. You only have to do it once a year. You turn it off for flushing. Here's the other one right here. So this one, you know, is in pretty good shape. Just quarter turn on, quarter turn off. This one you might want to wear gloves because you do have stucco and it'll bang your fingers up pretty good. But that valve will turn off. And then of course hot and cold. gets turned on, you flush it out with distilled white vinegar, and you're all done. So that's our work. What we did do is we soldered all hard copper in here, and from this point, what we've got a 3/4 inch copper 45, another copper 45, a 3/4 male adapter tied into our new isolation valves. These are Webstone. Down here is just simply a 90, and then of course a male adapter, and then of course the Webstone on the cold side. And then we wrapped it because right now it's open to the elements and we don't want it freezing, so we did wrap it with Thermocell. And like I say, if you decide to put a cover on here, you can come back out here and do that. You can have us do it if you'd like, have a handyman do it, probably quite a bit cheaper than what we charge. But everything's good. We fired it up, hot water's going. Ran lots of water through here just to make sure everything was good. We're set at 120, that's as high as it will go. So you can't go any higher. It's 120 degrees. At 125, you run the risk of scalding. Anything higher than that, you got trouble. So the Nords is set at 120. The Renai is set at 120. Everything's working good on this. Outside of that, this installation is done.